guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aashi Adani and for today's video we're attempting the clean makeup look. So let's get started. So the thing about that girl is a girl who kind of has it all together. She focuses on herself, she works out, she meditates, she reads, she eats clean, and her makeup is flawless and her hair is flawless and she just looks so perfect all the time. Well, I wouldn't say I am all of it, but we can definitely achieve the makeup look because I'm a fan of how clean and beautiful the makeup looks. And I've done a tutorial on this before on my IGTV, but here I'm doing a very detailed look. So let's get started. We're gonna be starting with a sunscreen. It makes my skin look extremely juicy and dewy. You can see my skin is literally looking so juicy right now. If you don't have a sunscreen that is making your skin look juicy, or if you have dry skin, you can go in with illuminating primer or an illuminating cream. This will make sure that your skin looks juicy. I'm gonna go in with the Flower Beauty one just to cover up my pores a little bit. Now this is illuminating, so you don't want to use a lot, otherwise you can end up looking like an oily mess, especially if you're living in cities that are humid like Mumbai. Like, calm down on the dewiness, because if you're heading out, your face will end up looking dewy on its own. I'm just putting it on my high points now. Wow, this is looking too white. If you feel, this is a very important hack that I do if I want the glow but I don't want the oiliness to come through. So next is a hack that I use very often if I've gone overboard with the dewiness but I don't want it to look oily. I'm just gonna press a dry tissue on my skin. I've used this hack in a lot of my videos. It just gets rid of all the oiliness but you still have your dewiness going on. Another affordable alternative to your dewy primer is the Rene Pre-Makeup Oil. This one will also give you that dewiness because it's an oil. So that girl uses a lot of bronzer because she always looks sun-kissed. So I'm directly going to go in with a bronzer. She is very natural looking, which is why we don't use any foundation for this look. We're directly going to go in with a bronzer. This is what it looks like. I'm using the Nude Sticks bronzer. A couple of other options are the Bahama Mama. You can use any bronzer that you like. Try going for a cream one because it ends up looking the most natural over powders. With your jaw, you want to go straight. With your cheekbones, you want to go upwards almost. And with your forehead, you want to go in your hairline and down. There we go. You form a perfect tree. And with this look, like I have tried it a couple of times, you have to trust the process. Like right now I look cuckoo crazy. I know that. You just have to trust the process. Don't need to over blend it because we still have products coming on top of this. Next we're going to use the tiniest bit of blush because that will make sure that your skin is looking flushed as well. Again, you can use any blush you like, but I'm going to use a liquid blush. This one is from Flower Beauty. It's their blush bomb in Watermelon Pop. And you can see I'm using the tiniest bit. I'm going to place it right on top of my bronzer. And I'm gonna press it in with my fingers. The reason I'm not concealing first is because my under eyes kind of crease a little too quickly. So I like to conceal it last so that immediately after putting on some concealer, I can go in with the powders. I'm using a little bit on my nose to make it look even more flushed. Your skin work has to be really good with that girl look. I mean, she's enhancing her natural features. Don't be afraid to go in with your fingers because that, blends all your products in the most natural way possible. Next, you want a concealer that matches your skin perfectly. It cannot be lighter, it cannot be darker. It has to match your skin perfectly, and that is because we're not using any foundation or or anything like that to balance it out. So we're going to use a concealer that matches me perfectly. I'm using this one from Rare Beauty because this is my perfect match. Any concealer will do with any kind of, go for like a medium to buildable coverage. You don't want it to be super sheer. I'm going to use it over my lids, a little over here, nose, little under the bronzer, and around my mouth. I always like my concealer to sit on my face for a few seconds because that will ensure the coverage is the best. I'm going to be starting with the parts that require the least coverage. So I'm going to be blending it around my mouth. I'm using the PAC X Jovita concealer brush. I really recommend the entire brush set. It's so good. Now I'm just blending it where we've placed it. I'm gonna sharpen the bronzer a little bit by blending it. Let's go straight on the nose, sideways on the forehead. You can see how easily everything is just blending because of this brush, and it's not gonna take away any coverage. We're covering any kind of pigmentation, and now under the eyes I'm just gonna press it in. We don't want a lifted look or anything like that. We're just concealing it right under the eyes. Blend it till you don't see a stark difference between your blush and concealer. It has to look like they're completely married. I feel like my face is looking pretty damn good, but I want a little more coverage, so I'm gonna go in with another layer of the concealer just under the eyes. It's actually a perfect natural no makeup sort of a concealer. It's damn good. I'm just gonna blend the blush. You can see how like quickly and seamlessly that just blended your product. Now I'm gonna take my loose powder. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. This is like the best loose powder in the market. I'm just gonna take it on a wet damp beauty sponge and I'm gonna press it under my eyes. This will instantly prevent any creasing. You have to do it as soon as you apply the concealer, especially if you have under eyes like mine which crease very badly. Just instantly, as soon as you set the concealer, you want to go over your lids as well because that tends to crease too. And if just your under eyes are, just the area around your eyes is looking dry, it's gonna look a little imbalanced. So we're gonna bring some balance by setting the powder around our mouth and on our forehead. This will just bring like, oh yes, we are dewy but we're not oily sort of a look. If you want a little more color, because I feel like we're out of color, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this blush again. This is such a beautiful formula. You can use it over powders, over creams, over anything. Now for your eyes, that girl doesn't do anything. She just sets her brows in place. So I'm using a brow gel. You can use a mascara, just a spoolie or anything that that will just put your brows in place. You don't want it to be droopy. You want them facing upwards, like your hair going upwards. So that's what I'm doing here. You can see the motion that I'm using with the spoolie upwards, and I like to go sideways, not just up, because I think that looks a little like this looks a little crazy. So you want to upwards and sideways at the same time. For your eyes, you just want beautiful lashes. So we're gonna curl our lashes and use a lengthening mascara. I'm using this one by Natasha Moore. Really pretty mascara. This will just open up your eyes, especially because we've concealed around it. It can look a little smaller. Don't be afraid to go in with 2-3 coats if you want. Please don't forget your lower lash line. Again, very important. For your lips, you have to use a tinted lip oil or a tinted lip balm. You can use a very nude lipstick and then put some gloss over it. I have this lip oil, so I'm just gonna go in with the lip oil. This is from Simply Nam in the shade Golden Hour. So that girl's lips are always looking very juicy. So we're gonna do that. Now the last step is the step to ensure that you look like a glowing goddess. So you want to use a highlighter, but you want a highlighter that does not have glitter particles in it. Okay, so we're going to use natural looking highlighters. This one's from Bobbi Brown, this one's from Sugar. You can use Becca, you can use Maybelline Master Chrome, but if we want highlighters that look very natural, I'm going to use the Sugar one, and I'm going to use my fingers, which is a very important step. Using your fingers, because that can actually melt the product into looking very natural into your skin. You want to blend it only with your fingers, and just like it has to look very natural. I don't like using liquid highlighters because I feel like they kind of are too much and too glittery. That's why we want to use powders which look natural if blended with your fingers. Oof, like I'm loving this. You want to put a little on top. top of your lips, a little on your chin. Yes, keep blending it with your fingers. Use a little under your brows. The good thing about blending it with fingers, it looks very natural, and if you use a little extra by mistake, it can be taken care of. And there we have it. We have our natural glowing goddess sort of a look. As if you're wearing something off the shoulder, you want to put highlighter literally everywhere. I'm wearing tiny gold accessories, which again is a very important thing. I feel like my hair is looking kind of slick right now, so it's fine. But if you want a tutorial on the clean makeup hair bun, let me know. I would be happy to do it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like me to do. I'll see you guys super soon. Bye.